Welcome to another shopping video. So my favorite antique mall in Portland is having one of their big weekend sales and I am so excited. I always find great stuff here. One of the vendors there, who happens to also be the owner, he usually has pretty deep discounts and I find a lot of art in his booth. Like some of my favorite art in my home is from like the half off sale that he has in his booths every few months. And so really excited to get shopping and see what I find today. Okay, so I'm looking for needle points, crewels, anything embroidery. I'm looking for brass like always, and then small art. Like small art is a big seller for me, and I feel like I'm running really low on art right now. I like this candle holder. It is 13 bucks with half off, although I can't decide if it's newer or not, just based off of holding it. You know, this is the type of things that would have been sold at Pier 1 and some of the other big box stores not that long ago, but I do like the copper and iron mix, so I'll think about this piece. This large brass tray is stunning. It is 50 with 15% off, so a little outside my budget, although there's definitely still margin in it. I mean, look at those scallops. So good. I'm gonna pass on it, but it is beautiful. This vendor always has a really great studio pottery at great prices. I'm gonna probably hold off on picking up some of these just because I have so much right now, unless I see something really special like this piece. I really do like this. I like the way that the glazing is. I'm somewhat tempted to get this because every time I pick these up, they do sell. And this one would only be, you know, $6.50. But it has a little bit of breakage here, so I'll probably pass on it. Some very cute little dog bookends. It has a little bit, not an imperfection, just something there that I'm not sure someone would want. It's only gonna be $5 for the pair. Oh, I guess you could turn it around and then it'd be fine. There's a little bit of wear. I don't know if they're just too simple, but bookends are something everyone needs and are looking for, so man, I feel like today is gonna be another shopping day where I'm not sure about what I want to pick up. Totally was fooled by this. I thought it was brass and copper, but it's not. It's actually like a plasticky resin. It's really pretty, but I'm not going to get it. So this is one of my very favorite booths for art, and they actually are having 25% off this space, which is very unusual for them. I really like this piece. I think my husband would probably too. It's very cool. Let's see how much it is. Ooh, 45 with 25% off. That's really good. Oh man, I think I'm gonna have to send him a picture of this and see what he thinks. I'm also digging this very sad and moody framed print. I even like the wear on the frame because it just adds to that sad vibe. So this is 45 with 25% off. Now my husband would hate that, so I'd have to pick it up to resale because he's definitely more of the bright art person. You guys, look at this cute crewel. I love how the fern is actually 3D, like it's coming out from this. It's so cute. It's 24, so more than I want to spend, but it's adorable. Love the detail in this Mexican pottery. It's very subtle because it's so matte black. Oh, there's a little hint of a sheen, so you guys can actually see the pattern. It's outside my budget, but it's so beautiful. I'm always drawn to this black Mexican pottery. Anyone else missing when luggage used to be fun like this? I mean, how cute is this set? Obviously, you cannot travel with this now because everything needs wheels. I am a firm believer in wheeled luggage, and it's just such a shame because this would be the cutest set to bring on vacation. Okay, I can't believe my eyes. This painting, which is an original, is $22 framed with, I think, 20% off. So I'm definitely gonna get that. And if that one is reasonable, I may get that one over there too. Really gonna have to do a look around in this booth. So I think I'm gonna pass on this painting. It's $45, which is a good price, but I don't love the shiny parts of this frame. So I think that's why I'm not gonna get it. Although I'm gonna keep it in the back of my mind in case I decide later, but it is really beautiful. I like the fact that it has like the purples. It's definitely very eerie looking. I love this painted basket. It's so pretty. Love the blues. Okay, we gotta see how much it is. I can actually turn this over on camera. Okay. Oh, I hear it. I hear something. Maybe it's inside. Oh, it is inside. Silly me. Okay, 32. Okay, bummer. It's only 10% off discount in this booth, but it's really, really cute. I love a painted basket. One of the first things I actually sold in my Etsy shop was a painted basket, not quite this size, but kind of similar. I just found a set of these hands at Value Village, and they want 28. So what I paid for them, I think was like $6, and then I had a coupon. Is a pretty good deal because I know they can be valuable. You guys know I'm a sucker for anything religious. And I always stop by this particular case because it always has like the very cool stuff. I think I'm gonna have to get this. I mean, how cute is this? It has the metalwork and wood. I just love how it's very collagey. So it is 15 bucks and then it would be 50% off. So I think I have to get this for me because it's really cute. But I kind of like a few of the pieces. I actually found a similar piece of art recently like this. So yeah, excited to see a slightly different version because I think it's very cool to have the mixed metals on the black. And then yeah, a lot. Oh, I like that cross. Ooh, I like this. That's kind of a neat wood block. Ooh, I could like stamp with this. How much is it? Okay, so it'd be $4. Okay, I may just have to get this because it's so interesting. Who needs a cowboy painting? I can actually kind of like it. It has some damage, but honestly, damage on a canvas never really bothers me much because, you know, I just think of them as old and, you know, well-loved before I get it. I do like this painting. So 20% off in this booth is $22. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about the frame because it's so, I don't know, everything about this is just very brown. And you guys know I'm not a huge fan of brown. So I gotta decide on this one. It is very cool, and this, I have been looking for small art like I told you guys, so TBD. I'm not sure I love the framing on this one, but I do like the subject. Well, here are some of those dance holders. So I did confirm that the ones that I got in a video that didn't look like this, but definitely were atomic looking, they are dance. They're just an unstamped variety. But these ones are how they usually look, really rusted out. So I was really lucky to find a pair that still look new, even though they were the cast iron. Cutie Pie owl plates. Oh, it's this particular brand. Now, if you guys ever see these black trays and they have different subject matter, they have a collectible following. And I sold one recently, not an owl, but a different type of scene for $60. So even at 32, there's still margin in something like this, especially if it's in good enough shape. Look at this one, you guys. So 32, beautiful painting. This is the type of painting that makes me want to just totally redo my whole house. I have seen many of this style of glass, or rather mirrored tray, but I've never seen one with engraving on it like that. That's really cool. It's 15 bucks. I'm gonna pass on it because honestly, I've had a struggle selling these. So this is the first time I actually seen the matching tray. So usually these coasters come in a little cute little container that matches, a little basket container, and they just all slot in. I sell these anytime I can find them because these are actually real butterflies. Or actually no, these are not. Are these ones not real butterflies? Okay, these ones aren't real butterflies. Usually they are real butterflies. Okay, so that is interesting. These are just paper. Okay, so that's maybe why they're on a tray and they don't come with that actual coaster set like I've sold before. Okay, so I had no idea that they made ones with and without real butterflies. So just FYI to you guys out there too. This box is amazing. It's ceramic and wood. This is wood. So it is $39, and I don't think this booth has a very big discount. But wow, that is so cool to combine the two. People need to do this more often. Like a ceramicist needs to partner with someone who does woodworking to make very cool pieces like this. I love this paint by number. It reminds me of Mulan, the movie, which was my very favorite Disney movie growing up. This antique mirror is so pretty. 35. Love all the detail and the bevel. It's just very cool on the base. Wow, I love it. This vase is absolutely gorgeous. It has all the painting on it. Now, the person who painted it kind of did a messy job. I've seen neater paint jobs on this, but it has a really rustic feel to it, so I feel like that's not a game changer. But I'm trying not to pick up as many brass vases anymore, like the Indian etched, because they're just slowing down for me. So I'll pass on this one, but 10 bucks, you guys can see it, there we go, is a pretty good deal. This is a good example of the new kind of faux brass stuff that you have to be careful of. You can kind of see a little bit how the finish is different than typical brass. It's not something you can really shine up. So I always pass on anything like that. This is not something that is as popular as actual vintage brass. I'm kind of digging this box, but I don't know if I like the knobs, which makes me think it's not as old as it looks. Let's see, how much is it? Okay, yeah, $39. Not gonna get this, but it really is. I love the carvings on it right here. In all my years, I have never come across a brass pair. So this is $14 with 25% off. So I think I may have to get it. I don't know if this will come off, TBD on that, but I think it's just really good. You guys know I've talked about brass apples a lot recently. Here is an example of a brass apple bell. Like I mentioned, this is 9 bucks. These are the types that I don't typically pick up because they're just everywhere, but definitely gonna come home with this guy. How cute is this stone and brass calendar? That is so old. Oh my goodness, I love it. I won't be getting it because this type of thing, I'm like, what am I gonna do with it? It's very, very cool. If you guys sell stuff like this, let me know what you guys are getting for it. Okay, so side one of this two-sided mall, so there's 2 locations on either side of the street, was a success. That painting, so good. $22 with the discount on top of that, which is crazy, and that brass pair, very excited about. So this is my favorite side in terms of deals, and so I'm hoping to get more stuff. You guys know I'm a sucker for art bins, so this is the dealer I get most of my art from because they always have really good cheap artwork. I actually kind of like this one. It's definitely an amateur piece, but it's kind of cool. It's done on board. Okay, so nothing in here. Usually the best pieces are inside, but you know, art is in the eye of the beholder, so sometimes you just want to look and see just in case, but nope, looks like I'm heading inside. These owls are incredible. Look at, they're wearing hats. 75 of 50 off. I just can't get over their cute faces. I have sold this cutie pie before. They want 25 for it. I think I sold it for around 38, so won't be getting it because of fees and shipping and stuff, so it doesn't make it worth it. But this is a really cute one because it's definitely like pristine. Oftentimes with these types of crewels, they can get a little tattered because of the age. Last time I was here, I debated this very beautiful tray, and it was because of this spot right there, but I have since realized I probably could repair it with some paint. So it's $9 with 20% off, so I think I'm gonna give it a go and see if I can color match that area. This is ridiculous, but it is a stuffed baguette pillow. It almost looks like it's handmade. So it's 20 bucks with 20% off. I do love silly stuff like this. I'm very tempted by this baguette. It's just, when do you ever see a baguette pillow? Never. So this is the mall where I got that insane needlepoint ottoman at the last time they did this sale. So I don't know if I'm gonna find anything that epic this time, because I feel like it's like a once in a lifetime type of purchase. I'm now heading to my very favorite dealer's booth. Loving the swirls on this painting. So it's 25 with 50 off. That seems very good. I may have to get it from my booth space just because I'm looking for more original paintings and you can't go wrong with that price. Okay, so gotta think about this piece. How do we feel about this piece of art? It is 24, so it'd be 12 bucks, which seems really good, but I'm not sure if it looks too amateur or not. That is debatable, but I definitely think I'm gonna get this one. It's just really speaking to me. This, as you guys probably can imagine why, is my very favorite booth to always go around, because it has a lot of color and it has usually a lot of very interesting art on the walls. So yeah, I always look forward to shopping this section. I think part of the reason why I love this booth, not just because of all the color, but just the styling is super fun. Like, how adorable is like putting all these inside that, you know, pot. It just adds to the whole like aesthetic of color. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at all this fruit. Holy cow. This is a lot of cool fruit. Okay, I may have to, I feel like I need to get this watermelon. There's avocado. This is a cute avocado. Oh man, I'm gonna have to go through all this fruit. I feel like I need one piece of ridiculous fake fruit to come home with me. Young Andy would have gone crazy for this piece. I love any sort of organizer, and the fact that this one is colorful, oh, I would have lost my mind over this. It's such a cool piece. So cool. This tray is beautiful. So it is, I think, metal on top of wood, hand painted. It is going to be only $10. So I think I'm gonna get this. I have never seen one like this before, and it is absolutely giant. This is the second wooden cowboy boot I have found recently. The other one was at Goodwill. So this would be $10. Look at how exaggerated that is. It is fantastic. It'd be 10 bucks. So I'm so tempted by this whole booth and want basically everything because it's just all so weird. Look at this weird guy. Like, OMG. Look at those eyes. Look at this hair. I can't over this. It is so funny. This lidded ceramic pot is absolutely gorgeous. Look at the flowers. I think it's hand painted. Wow. Absolutely stunning. It says it's an urn. I wouldn't mind my ashes going in this. Should I pick it up in preparation for one day? Then my family doesn't have to worry about it. I know that got a little dark, but you know, this is a very pretty urn. I have been staring at this piece of art for the past few minutes trying to decide if I should bring it home. So it's $38 with 50 off. It's not for my house because the colors are a little too moody, but should I sell this in my booth? I mean, it's really, really big. I mean, well, actually to my hand, it doesn't look to scale. Okay, so let me back up and you can see, this is the booth. So you can see how large it is. I also really like this mirror. It's 75 with 50 off. It's very cool. It's just mounting this stuff is always like a bit of a nightmare. But that piece is very interesting. Oh, I have to think about it. I really like this magazine rack. It's only, this would be 12 bucks. I think it's really neat. I just don't love the fact that it's so red toned. I don't know. TBD on that too. Man, I don't know. The pricing in this stuff is really good, but I don't know if this is too handmade looking, especially like you can see like the pegs are not, there's a lot more gap here than there is here, and I don't know if that is a game changer. I'm in a reseller friend's booth and spotted the sweetest little whale. So it is 18 bucks and then 15% off. So I think I'm gonna have to get it because I have not come across a whale before. I mean, I've seen them, but I have not come across one within my price range. And this is so cute. I can't wait to shine them up. This copper plate is amazing, and of course I like it. It's $150, no deal, so not even the discount applies to that. It's so awesome. I love the handmade detail of this. It's very cool. If anyone wants to buy me a present, they can buy me this painting of Jesus. It is outside of my price range at $195, but every time I go in here, I just absolutely adore it. I mean, does it go with my home? No, but it's just so well done, and the framing is really good too. I just love the whole vibe of this booth. It's so cute. Really, really cute, especially this corner. Love it with the floral on the center, and the pillows are really cute. Doesn't this depiction of a grandma seem wildly outdated now? Like, I remember growing up and like grandmas always had bonnets and shawls on, and now like my mom, she would look at them and be like, no, that's not grandmas. Grandmas are so cool, because my mom's a grandma now. So I just look at this, and this is not that old, really, and how much the image of a grandparent, especially grandmas, have changed. They are so cool now. Love a painted box. And this one's very cool because it overlaps the top. So it would be $5, which is a great deal for it. I just wish it was a little bit bigger. I'm really trying hard not to buy stuff that is too small, where I don't have a ton of margin, and it is killing me because this box is very good. This entry mirror plant stand is very cool. I love that oak is coming back in style. I never thought I would ever say that, frankly, but I'm starting to really get into that particular wood type again, and I'm excited that other people are, because that means a whole genre of furniture and accessories are gonna be in people's homes again and not in the landfill. Okay, so we're back home in my studio space. I have some great stuff to show you. My haul wasn't super large because I've been really, really good about sourcing recently. I just wanna make sure that I'm just picking up stuff that really speaks to me, knowing that I'm gonna be going to Europe in a few weeks and I'm gonna be shopping. I'm just gonna lose my mind when I'm there. I just know it. And so I'm gonna be bringing a bunch of stuff home and just thinking like, okay, all that stuff's gonna come home. Where's it gonna go? So I wanna make sure that I'm pacing myself leading up to my trip. So let's get started on the art first, because I got a lot of great art today. Well, I say a lot of great art, 3 pieces. A lot, actually 3 pieces is a lot for me, because, you know, finding good art is very hard, and it's always the main thing that I'm looking for. This piece though, I could not believe it. It was $22 and then there was a discount, which is crazy. It is an actual original. This sucker is old. I mean, look at the framing and the sticker on the back. So it's actually painted. I think many people must have walked past this. Either the vendor just brought it in, or people have walked past it thinking maybe it was a print, because it is so finely done and the price was $22. So they're probably like, oh, it has to be a print for $22. But I mean, $22 for this frame alone. So this will be available on Etsy for you guys. Oh, I really love it. I really love this piece, but obviously it does not go in my home, which is very mid-century. But yeah, very excited to score this. This was my very first thing I picked up. So moving on to some religious pieces. You guys know I am powerless against vintage religious pieces. This one I thought was awesome because it has the metal and resin and wood and you name, like every material to make this like collage of a thing. And I just thought they were really sweet. Just really, really sweet. So I don't know if I'm gonna sell this or not, I really like it, and you guys know I collect this stuff, so TBD on that. But this piece I won't be selling because I actually kind of want to print some pictures, you know, with this, like actually, you know, roll it with paint and block print it, because that's what this is for. I think it's just a very interesting interpretation of Mary and the baby, very abstract. Just really weird, frankly. It's like a weird piece, but I like weird. You guys know this, so I had to get it. So when I do decide to like put some paint on it and stamp with it and show you guys, I will show you guys how it turns out, because you're probably like, okay. But I'm getting more back into art and crafty stuff, so that's why I kind of picked this up too. It's religious and kind of crafty, which is like my 2 favorite things. So speaking of crafty, artistic things, this tray I thought was absolutely stunning. You guys probably can tell how big it was on camera because, you know, I was filming it all weird and I had stuff in my hands. That's kind of how it is when I go to the antique mall. It's not glamorous shooting because I have my arms full always. But I thought this was beautiful. It's hand painted, the metal base. It is on the back somewhere. Yeah, it says Mexico. So a lot of times these types of painted like folk looking trays definitely are from Mexico. But I've actually never seen this style before. Usually the Mexican trays that I'm finding, they're usually like black and then they have the bright colors painted on top, where this one is actually a metal tray with handles. So I was kind of flabbergasted that this was, like, I recognized the florals, but did not recognize, you know, the florals on top of this particular style of tray. I was like, that's a new one for me. So yeah, I thought this was great. It was a great deal. This will be available on Etsy. So this next piece was kind of long overdue to come home with me because I've been admiring it for a while. I think it was still there because of this right here. And I feel confident now. I've been painting a little bit. I have enough paints that I might be able to actually color match and do a little bit of texturing to where this is kind of like masked and, you know, repaired. So we will see. TBD. If I do that, maybe I'll film it. And then if it's terrible, I just won't show you guys. But anyways, I thought it was a beautiful piece. I mean, Florentine trays are something you guys know I pick up Florentine stuff in general. I've never seen one that had the florals in the center, so that's why I was always drawn to this piece. But yeah, it's just always such a bummer. These tend to be in terrible shape. That's the only way I feel like I can find these, is they're just destroyed. I don't know what people do with their Florentine trays. Are they just like throwing them about, banging things on them? It's just, I know that they're not particularly durable and sturdy, but still, like, these always seem like they've gone through it, man. So anyways, TBD on if this will turn out, but if it does, I definitely will show you guys. I picked up some brass pieces, and this guy looks so pretty after I shined him up. I cannot believe the transformation. I mean, I clean brass all the time. You guys know this. And I'm still like in awe of the power of cleaning brass. The end result is always so beautiful. And I love the fact that now that it's totally cleaned and shined up, it's gonna start to age, and it will age more uniform versus like splotchy and gross and just dingy. I don't like dingy brass. I like aged brass, but it needs to be cleanly aged brass, I suppose. So anyways, this will probably be available on Etsy. The other one I've been debating on keeping because I have never found a brass pair before is this one. Now you may remember I had a really dark black ring around it. I was able to lighten that up, but this is definitely still inherent in the piece. It looks like it's almost down, like this right here is actually more of a shiny brass finish, and then the brass underneath of this brass is definitely a little bit more copper tone, because brass, it can have pink undertones, it can have yellow undertones, it can have more browny undertones, just depends on what the composition of the brass is. So anyways, I don't think it's a game changer because you can always turn it around, but I thought it was beautiful and stunning and just very, very cool. Again, I want to keep it, but make it available for you guys. Okay, so my air conditioning just turned on. I apologize in advance if you can hear like a humming in the background, but it's so hot in here. Usually I turn off the air, but today I'm like, you know what? I don't want to sweat to death. So I did pick up this piece of art. Now, my mom actually showed this to me the day prior because you can actually shop this sale the evening before the sale starts. It's kind of like a secret that a lot of people don't know. And so she went, I couldn't go. She's like, what do you think about this piece? And I was just like, I don't know. Sometimes when you look at something on camera, you just can't tell until you see it in person. So once I saw it in person, I was like, oh yeah, I love that. And the art was so cheap. This was like, I don't know, 10 bucks or something crazy. It was, I think it was like 25 with half off. I don't know. It was very, very reasonable. And if you can find original art that cheap, you should just buy it. That's my philosophy. So I thought this was a really interesting piece, especially if it was framed in wood. I think it would look awesome. So I haven't decided if I'm gonna keep it or not because I have not shown this to my husband to see what he thinks. And I kind of need to go around my house and see where it could possibly look good. But the piece that I do plan to make available is, which way does it go? Oh, this way, okay. I'm probably gonna bring this to my booth space. I sent a message to Blaine from Tiny Brambles. He's the owner. I'm like, what do you think about this piece of art? And he's like, I like it. I'm like, okay, it was only $19. So I'm going to bring it in and see how it does because I don't have to sell it for that much because I got it for so cheap. So this is extremely moody for me, and it's definitely coming off even more moody in my studio space, especially like the contrast between my shirt and this is like insane. But I thought it was a very cool piece. I mean, I must have stared at it for 5 minutes straight. And I thought, you know what? Something that's making me stare at it like that is probably good enough to buy, especially for $19. So that's why I had to get it, and this will probably go to my Tiny Brambles booth space. So on my way home, I saw an estate sale sign, so of course I stopped. And I'm glad I did, because I got this set of brass birds, well, you know, a swan, and I'm assuming a duck based on the neck length. But they were sold as a pair together, $10 a pair, which I'd like to get them for a little less, but they're already pre-shined up and they're in perfect condition. So they're ready to go to be priced in one of my booths. I thought they were adorable. Just really, really cute, so I had to get them. And then I also picked up a handmade mug for 50 cents. So that's why I grabbed it, and it's really funny because it has the base like this, which I've never seen before. So it's kind of like, it's not wobbly, it's a well-made piece. It's just a really weird and interesting piece. And I love the bottom has like a little swirl, and it's actually really nice to hold, and the glazing's pretty. So, I mean, for 50 cents, I had to get it because I sell mugs and stuff for $18 to $24. And so there's a good way to help go towards rent. And so that's what I think about the mugs. I'm not a super mug, well, I like mugs, but I'm more of like an insulated tumbler person because I like my tea hot. So I'm not a mug person per se. But yeah, when you can find them for 50 cents, especially if they're handmade, you have to get them. Okay, so that's all I have to share with you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you're local in Portland and you went to the Stars sale, you'll have to let me know what you got, because I'm always interested to see what other people pick up, especially if I did see it at the mall and passed on. I'm always interested to see if someone came in after me, like swooped something good up. But anything that will be for sale on Etsy will be linked down below in the description box. If you're looking for more thrifting and decorating content between my haul videos here on YouTube, make sure you check me out on Instagram and TikTok. Thanks so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Take care.